The elegant dining room in the Okonkwo family mansion in Lekki, Lagos, sparkled with expensive chandeliers and imported furniture. But the beauty of the room could not hide the ugly thing that was about to happen. Mrs. Nkechi Okonkwo stood in the doorway holding a large pot, her face twisted with anger. Inside the pot was dirty, greasy water filled with food scraps and vegetable peels from washing dishes. And standing in the middle of the living room, wearing a faded dress and old slippers, was the woman Mrs. Nkechi hated most in the world. Adaeze. The woman her daughter Chioma had divorced 6 months ago. "You have some nerve coming to my house," Mrs. Nkechi shouted, her voice shaking with rage. "After wasting 3 years of my daughter's life, you still have the mouth to come here and beg." Adaeze stood quietly, her hands folded in front of her. "Auntie, please. I just want to talk to Chioma. I just want to explain and apologize. Please, just give me 5 minutes." But Mrs. Nkechi was not listening. Beside her, Chioma sat on the expensive leather sofa next to her new girlfriend, Ngozi, a flashy businesswoman who drove a Range Rover and wore designer clothes. They were both laughing, enjoying Adaeze's humiliation. "Mommy, don't waste your time talking to her," Chioma called out, sipping her wine. "She is just a poor church rat. She has nowhere else to go, that is why she is here disturbing us." Ngozi laughed loudly. "So this is the failure you told me about? The one who could not even afford to take you on a proper vacation? Chai, Chioma, thank God you left her. Look at how she is dressed like a beggar." Mrs. Nkechi's anger grew hotter. This woman, this useless Adaeze, had held her daughter back for 3 whole years. 3 years of living in a small apartment in Surale. 3 years of driving an old car. 3 years of embarrassment whenever Chioma's friends asked about her partner's job. And now she had the audacity to come to their home in Lekki and disturb their peace. "You know what?" Mrs. Nkechi said, her voice dangerously calm. "I am going to teach you a lesson today. I am going to show you exactly what we think of you and your poverty." She lifted the pot high above her head. Adaeze's eyes went wide with shock. "Auntie, please, don't do this. Please, I am begging you." But Mrs. Nkechi did not care. With all her strength, she poured the entire pot of dirty dishwater over Adaeze's head. The greasy, smelly water cascaded down Adaeze's face, soaking her hair, her dress, everything. Vegetable peels stuck to her shoulders. The water pooled at her feet on the expensive marble floor. Chioma and Ngozi burst into loud laughter, clapping their hands like it was the funniest thing they had ever seen. "Yes, Mommy. That is exactly what she deserves," Chioma shouted between laughs. Even Mr. Okonkwo, Chioma's father, who was sitting in the corner reading his newspaper, looked up and smiled with satisfaction. "Good. Maybe now she will learn her place and stop disturbing our family." But something strange happened. Adaeze did not cry. She did not shout. She did not run away. She just stood there, dripping with dirty water, and smiled. It was a small, calm smile that made Mrs. Nkechi's stomach suddenly feel tight with an unexplainable fear. Then Adaeze slowly reached into the pocket of her wet dress and pulled out her phone. Her hand was steady, her voice was quiet but clear. "Hello, Amora," she said into the phone. "Yes, it is time. Activate the Okonkwo protocol. All of them. Effective immediately." "Yes, I am sure. Thank you." She ended the call and slipped the phone back into her pocket. The room went silent. Even the laughter stopped. Mrs. Nkechi felt her hands begin to shake. What protocol?" she stammered. "What are you talking about?" Adaeze looked at her with that same calm smile. "You will find out very soon, Auntie Nkechi. Very soon." Before anyone could say another word, phones started ringing. First Mr. Okonkwo's phone. Then Mrs. Nkechi's phone. Then Chioma's brother Emeka's phone, who had just walked into the room. All 3 of them stared at their phones, then at each other, then at Adaeze, who was still standing there dripping with dirty water, smiling that strange, knowing smile. And Mrs. Nkechi felt a cold fear creep up her spine. Who was this woman really? And what had they just done?